Yeah, so this video is commentary and opinion based on publicly available info. Any relationship details are alleged or rumored unless confirmed by the people involved. We keep it respectful, we keep it human, and we follow platform guidelines.
Y'all, Alicia Keys did not just wake up to a little harmless gossip. No, sis allegedly caught her husband, Swizz Beatz, creeping around with none other than LaLa Anthony. Yes, Carmelo's ex, the same LaLa who's been glowing on red carpets and showing out since her MTV days. And the second those whispers hit the blogs, people didn't even stop to ask for proof. They were already sharpening pitchforks like it was the Salem witch trials. Now, before we dive headfirst into the mess, let's rewind. Alicia and Swizz tied the knot back in 2010. 2 kids, countless joint red carpet smiles, and a public image that screamed soul, love, and Black excellence. But let's not forget, Swizz came with baggage. His split with Mashonda was messy, and Alicia's name was dragged into it from day one. Remember that infamous open letter Mashonda posted in 2009? She accused Alicia of wrecking her home while Swizz was still legally married. Alicia never clapped back, never went live crying, never threw shade. She leaned into her music and her image as the barefoot goddess at the piano. Over time, the scandal faded and people focused on her artistry again. LaLa, meanwhile, had her own storm brewing. She married Carmelo Anthony the same year Alicia married Swizz. For a while, they looked like a basketball Hollywood fairy tale, but rumors of Melo stepping out, allegedly fathering kids outside their marriage, kept hitting the headlines. By 2021, LaLa had enough and filed for divorce. After that, she leaned into her glow-up era. Acting roles, beauty deals, showing out at fashion weeks, the internet dubbed her unbothered LaLa. But with every headline about Melo's side babies, her name stayed hot, even when she was just minding her business. So when whispers of her and Swizz started back in 2021, the streets didn't hesitate. Radio host Miss Jones claimed a source from Swizz's camp told her he was fooling with LaLa. Social media went nuts. Swizz denied it, LaLa stayed silent, and Alicia, she didn't say a word. Silence was her trademark, and once again, it worked. People moved on for a while. But in 2025, boom, the rumors are back and louder than ever. Allegedly, Alicia herself caught them together. Now, no photos, no leaked DMs, just whispers. But when a rumor fits the narrative too perfectly, that's all the internet needs. Swizz has a history of being messy. LaLa is single, stunning, and visible. Alicia is known for keeping her cool in public. It doesn't even matter if it's true. The timeline of past whispers makes it believable. And in gossip culture, believable is just as dangerous as proven. Here's the thing. Swizz always had that ladies' man energy. He's flashy, charismatic, the type who thrives on attention. From fancy cars to art shows to extravagant gifts, he knows how to make women feel seen. That charisma, it works for him, but it also makes people assume temptation is always lurking nearby. Add in his messy history, public fights over child support, side fling rumors, and the drama with Mashonda, and when you hear Swizz's name in another scandal, you don't even need receipts. His reputation already wrote the story. And then you throw LaLa into the mix? Forget it. She's been labeled the fine one since her MTV VJ days. In an industry where men's egos are bigger than their bank accounts, her visibility makes her a permanent suspect. Every time she's spotted laughing too close to a man, boom, rumors. And when the man in question is Alicia Keys' husband, that's headline gold. By the time blogs started writing, Alicia Keys allegedly catches Swizz and LaLa together, Twitter detectives clocked in like it was their 9 to 5. Old photos from art shows got dragged back up. Paparazzi shots from Fashion Week resurfaced. People zoomed in on body language like they were college professors writing dissertations. A simple lean at a bar became Exhibit A in the court of public opinion. And that's the thing with gossip. It doesn't need confirmation. It just needs patterns. And LaLa's history with Melo, Swizz's history with Mashonda, Alicia's history in silence, put them together, and the rumor practically writes itself. Whether it's true or not almost doesn't matter. The internet had already decided it makes sense, so it must be real.
The same logic applies to Swizz. When his name floats in cheating rumors, people laugh it off. Well, you know how Swizz moves. His charisma, his flashiness is treated like part of his personality. But when LaLa's name enters the conversation, suddenly she's desperate, thirsty, a man-stealer. That's the Hollywood script. Women are boxed into two roles: the angelic wife who suffers quietly, or the villain who wrecks homes. And the blogs eat it up because drama sells. Nobody clicks an article about 3 successful people coexisting in peace. But frame it as a love triangle, boom, viral. And let's not pretend Alicia's silence doesn't play into the drama. She's always branded herself as the graceful, classy queen who doesn't entertain mess. It's worked for her before. She stayed quiet through the Mashonda scandal and rebuilt her image through music and artistry. But silence in 2025 hits different. Back then, social media was just starting to dominate the gossip game. Now, one whisper can go viral in minutes, and people interpret silence as guilt. Fans start asking, why isn't she defending her marriage? Why hasn't she said anything? That's the catch. Silence preserves Alicia's brand, but it also feeds fire. Because when you don't shut a rumor down, people start to believe it's true. And in gossip logic, your silence is their confirmation. But here's what makes this story even messier. It doesn't just affect the adults. The kids get dragged into it too. LaLa and Melo's son Keon is already making waves as a hooper, getting college offers and trying to carve out his own identity. But instead of people just celebrating his talent, he has to deal with whispers about his parents' drama. Ain't your dad the one who cheated? Didn't your mom get caught up with Swizz? That's a weight no teenager should carry.
And Swizz and Alicia's kids, they're even younger. Too young to even spell infidelity. But their father's name is trending with rumors that'll sit on the internet forever. Imagine being old enough to Google your parents and stumble across blog posts accusing your dad of sneaking around with another woman in the industry. That's digital baggage kids inherit without ever asking for it. This is the part people don't like to admit. Gossip has real victims. It's not just messy headlines. It's kids who grow up with those headlines following them. We've seen it before with Future's kids, Diddy's kids, even Will and Jada's kids. Public scandals create private wounds. And this Swizz, LaLa, Alicia mess, the children are the ones carrying the heaviest load. But here's the kicker. None of this actually needs to be true to be effective. In Hollywood, gossip is chess. These kinds of rumors can be planted strategically. They can distract from bigger scandals, humble a powerful player, or box someone into a role that limits their career. Swizz is deep in the art world, rubbing elbows with billion-dollar galleries. Alicia is still touring and selling out shows. LaLa's trying to cement herself in Hollywood. One ugly rumor can make directors nervous, slow down endorsements, and derail momentum.
So the real question is, who benefits? When you see blogs pushing this Swizz and LaLa narrative heavy, you have to ask, is it just clickbait, or is someone behind the scenes pulling strings? Maybe it's a salty rival. Maybe it's a PR distraction from something else. Or maybe it's just the internet doing what it does best, turning people's lives into entertainment.